How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is TheStarkz, so welcome to a brand new video. Today, I'm going to be talking about a huge milestone, a huge monument to PlayStation, and that is, of course, celebrating 25 years of PlayStation. They've hit their 25th anniversary, and today I just want to read about it, an article here, and just talk about my experience with PlayStation so far. So, celebrating 25 years of play, Jim Ryan, the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, stated that on December 3rd, 1994, 25 years ago this week, the first PlayStation made its global debut in Japan. Starting from a humble beginning as an upstart with Sony, Ken Kutagaragi and team delivered on a vision to elevate video games as a form of entertainment that everyone could enjoy and to make a platform for game developers to express their creativity. The original PlayStation sold 100,000 units in Japan on its first day and went on to become the first ever home console to surpass 100 million units sold globally. We struck a chord with the gaming community because PlayStation offered experiences beyond what anyone could ever imagine was possible with a home console. From the very start, we opened our arms to developers, providing them with the tools and technology to create beautiful, expansive worlds and to experiment with new ideas. That approach led to the diversity of games PlayStation is known for, a true hallmark for our brand across multiple generations of hardware platforms. Over the past 25 years, PlayStation has stood at the forefront of gaming, and I'm honored to have been a part of the team since the early days. As I was helping set up the business in Europe, I remember having to start from scratch with many things, from hiring employees to ordering furniture. Back then, we focused on catering to local markets to ensure that a gamer in Poland would feel a part of the broader PlayStation community just as much as someone in the UK or Japan or the United States of America. Supported by passionate fans all around the world, our business has grown significantly and our focus on community is more important than ever. It's truly humbling to see fans who grew up on PlayStation passing down their love of gaming to their children who are now playing on PlayStation 4. On behalf of all of us at PlayStation, thank you for taking this journey with us. We can't wait to celebrate what comes next with you. First off, wow, just wow. I mean, we've reached a monument time. That this is obviously a huge milestone for PlayStation. I mean, every year is a milestone. Technically, you have the first year, then the fifth year, then 10th, 15th, and then obviously 20th, and now 25th. Anniversary of PlayStation, and this is just remarkable. I mean, there's been so many games, exclusive and non-exclusive games that have been produced and made either for the PlayStation consoles or multi-platforms such as Xbox and other stuff, platforms, which is great. And I feel so honored as well to be a part of this community of PlayStation gamers because we have so much games. So many games, that are just great, that really show and demonstrate what, how PlayStation has so many great developers working for them to produce these wonderful games for their fans. You look at things like God of War, The Order 1886, Concrete Genie, the Uncharted series, The Last of Us, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, Death Stranding, Detroit Become Human, Bloodborne even. So there's and these fit all sorts of different genre. You have the horror genre, you have the action adventure, a huge one in the PlayStation community, and all sorts of different genres and games that come together combined to make and form great memories for fans of games and fans of PlayStation. And I'm completely honored and blessed, to have the opportunity to be able to play on PlayStation. And, that's not to silence all the other platforms, but I do believe that PlayStation is up there beyond anything that Xbox, Nintendo, Stadia, or PC gaming can ever outperform. I mean, you look at some of the sales for PlayStation. I know PlayStation 2 as well as the PlayStation 4 are one of the best-selling consoles to date. And that says a lot of how the creative teams behind the architecture and behind the hardware of creating the consoles, and then obviously the games that support these consoles really show you that PlayStation is in the lead. And I'm, like I've said, just completely humbled as well, and honored to be called a gamer in particular a PlayStation gamer. And it's funny because I started playing games, I think, when I was around 6 years old. I think that's when I actually got my first Xbox. My first ever console, I think, was an Xbox. And I find it funny because the PlayStation brand is 6 years older than me, and I started to play games when I was 6 years old. So I have, there's just this little connection of just them being 6 years older than me and me being 6 years old when I actually got into consoles or gaming in general was great. Obviously, I wasn't a hardcore gamer when I was 6 years old. I just started to understand the concept of games and how cool they were and how great they were to me, the importance of gaming and how they've transitioned into something that was just, people really didn't take any, seriously for. They just felt like it was just things that, you just shoot things and explode things and that's all fun. But now there's some hardcore gamers and some storytelling elements that go into it. It's a career, man. It's a career for the gamers and those who make the games. And I think we've just hit a short milestone of what games are capable of. I mean, listen, I know games have been a thing long before PlayStation. 25 years doesn't even consider the many years before PlayStation. There was all sorts of different games, but nonetheless, I still think that PlayStation is in the lead, and there's a reason for that. And they're starting to really shift. There's this whole virtual reality push, as well as, Stadia and their emphasis on streaming games, which I absolutely disagree with because I don't like the concept of streaming games, especially if you have to pay for the games that you technically already own on other platforms. It's kind of ridiculous, but nonetheless, I'm honored, and I like recalling the memories. I mean, although I didn't start off with PlayStation, although I never started off with a PlayStation 3 and knowing the entire Uncharted journey, I'm still a fan of these series and these games. No matter what, it doesn't matter where you came from, how you came to it, but as long as you're a fan and that you embrace, games as a whole, I think is what's really important here. And I think 25 fantastic years of innovation and creativity and failures as well as success is really just really shows you the kind of work that goes into anything in life. And I'm not trying to insinuate that PlayStation and games are beyond life, but this is just a reality that we face of technology and how advanced it has become since past 25 years now. Even 50 years. I did an essay that I really want to do talking about the creation of video games and how they've come to be, and while it's and why it's such a great hobby to indulge in. And so, games have been around for a long time, and I think this in particular is an industry that shows the evolution and the innovation and the creative drive that goes into making video games, because it's evident. I mean, we see it. We have platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and other things that really allow content creators like myself to display all of these years of progress that happens with video games and the process of making them. So of course I'm honored, like I've said, to be a fan of PlayStation, to be a gamer in general, to have the opportunity to play games. Of course, let me know your thoughts and opinions regarding the 25th anniversary. I don't know if PlayStation has offered any free content or anything like that. I mean, I would have liked to see some kind of discount, but I mean, they've had many discounts over the past Black Friday a week, so it's whatever. But I'm curious, have you been a fan of PlayStation ever since you were young? What was the first console you ever played? For me, I'm pretty sure it was Xbox, and then the Wii, and then other things like that. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions in the comment section below. And with that being said, I have been TheStarkz. Peace.